a live stream after everything I've been through and without processing it myself. This video is going to be that opportunity, so bear with me for long pauses while I figure stuff out in my head, if that happens. Otherwise, I'll fill you in. So yesterday's positive story video ended up turning into quite a negative, down mental health video, which ended up with me experiencing some of the more unpleasant aspects of my mental health. That made me decide I was going to be taken to hospital. Ended the video, felt sorry for myself, smashed up my door frame a little bit more, and resorted to something I've regrettably had to partake in to keep me sane, and that is the expression of really horrific, shocking statements. They were really to offend everyone and anyone watching and listening to me and my life. I believe at least I've got my family tuned into me somehow. I've got spirituality somehow tuned into me. Different alien races probably. People I've known from my past. Probably my neighbours. Probably was the first time that I was so low that I directed statements. As much as it wasn't directed at them, it was constructed to shock, and they're going to have heard. I won't tell you exactly what was said, but let's just say the gist was around children and rape. So very shocking, very disappointing that my life is at that point where I can justify doing that to myself. And I want to get out of that as soon as possible. Anyway, that's where I left off yesterday. Started smashing, started shouting profanic language, and the police turned up. Wasn't surprising given what I was stating and shouting. I was treated rather harshly by them. I wasn't given a chance to say anything, speak. I was quickly in handcuffs. It was all escalated quite quick. The police were playing dumb. They couldn't bring my hospital bag to the hospital, even though they knew I had a mental health disorder and I'm autistic and I've got certain attachments to that bag, which is all prepared in my mind for a hospital. Anyway, they didn't take it. They gave me excuse after excuse. Lies after lies. Still very polite, and that counts for a lot. Anyway, turned up at hospital, spent the day walking and shouting in a room. Slept last night, spoke to the proper consultant today. And the outcome is, despite me strongly suggesting that a week bare minimum stay in a hospital would be good for me, he made it quite clear that the risks surrounding coronavirus at present and the guidance they have by the government strongly push people to stay at home. Now, that answer, that meant I wouldn't be taking antipsychotic medication, so a part of me would have lit up. I did reiterate my point that I really do feel a short stay in hospital now will save the NHS a lot more money in the long run. I can't remember what action plans I thought I put in place that I could structure a life that can give me hope of staying out of hospital for, I don't know, a month. If I can put a plan in place that can keep me out of hospital for a month, I've got a shot. It only takes one bit of luck, and all my problems could go away. And that has happened before. And in a way, the longer I stay out of hospital, the longer the greater the chance of that happening increases. But it's been quite a while now, and it's just been the opposite. So we'll wait and see what happens there. So I'm back home. And all but having written off these videos yesterday are again a dependency for me. I'm going to post and post and post and post every little bit to have someone accountable, to have something to reference against. If I'm speaking to the camera, I've at least got to be dressed, which is harder. It's harder than you can believe with a mental health disorder. But hey, so there's that. My honest opinion is I need to be in hospital for 2 weeks, given grace not to be forced antipsychotics, so that I can just simply interact with the people there and just push myself to take on all the little discomforts, all the little pains, all the problems I have, and be strong to them, which is where I need to be. It's not ideal, but it was an option. So anyway, back at home, I need to get the builders in. So I've got someone here to have as a reference. I'm going to post to you guys as much as I can, or what, we'll see how it goes. I'm very apprehensive about how things are going to go. I'm very worried. I don't feel I've got any safety net, and really, I'm pretty sure in my sane self, I'd cart myself back to hospital and say, what the fuck are you doing? Admit me. But honestly, I'm just a bit weak at present. And the thought of antipsychotic medication, the effects that it has upon me, it's a little bit too much to push myself out of the comfort zone I have here when I'm like this. So, all being well, you'll get the strong, and I'll march back to hospital at the right time and get them to take me in. Just thinking what else to add to the mental health rant side of things. So I went to hospital, more sensations, more mismatched moods. So I'm very light, very almost happy, very uplifted. I'm anything from that. So internal, I've got an internal struggle as to how to relax to what I'm experiencing, allow myself just to express whatever, because it doesn't really matter how you express it as long as you're appropriate. And then, with minimal effort, because I'm very tired, try and guide that back to a more natural state where I can talk, you can hear, you can listen. It should be a far better experience for you, and I know for myself. So anyway,